I've contributed permanently by building a church. Contributed permanently. Every time people pray there, my name is there on a plaque. So they must also pray and say, God, protect the people who have given us this house
of the Lord.
Of the Lord. So yeah, so I pray. I'm a strong believer, but I don't go to church. I think church, people who go to church, most of them, they go there to show off. I think it's too elitist church. Because people wear expensive clothes, people drive expensive cars, and that's why indigenous churches introduced uniforms so that there is no display of opulence. Yeah. So if I were to go to church, I would go to indigenous church and wear a uniform so that we all are equal and we don't show off. So I don't want to be part of that type of a scheme.
Now, Julius, why politics? Why not, could have been talking of a Julius Malema who is a businessman, we could have been talking of a Julius Malema.
Yeah, I think naturally would work, but then, so those things, why didn't you proceed?
You understand? Why politics?
Well, I grew up in a highly charged environment, politically, in Zone 1 in Masagani, a poverty-stricken area, and when we were recruited into politics, we were told that once we overthrow the government of white people, our living conditions are going to change, that our schools are going to be much better, we're going to have proper roads, we're going to have proper houses, we're going to live a life actually much better than the life of white people. And that this poverty we are experiencing is as a result of white people oppressing us. And we bought into it when we were young, and we grew up in it. I don't know anything else except politics. So even when I speak and I try to make a light conversation, it's all political. Sometimes I'll be speaking to my wife and I'll say to her, we think that we must have a Valentine, and she said, like, why do you say we, you and who? No, we means me, because that's how we grew up speaking. So yeah, we found ourselves in it, and there's no way out, because even when I got expelled in the ANC, I was like, okay, so what happens now? Because I don't think even a bank can hire me to be a cashier, or any shop can hire me to be a shopkeeper or anything of that sort. Because anyone who would want to hire me will just see trouble coming. So what do I do now? I must just go back to politics, because that's what I do.
Talking of being expelled, what did you make of Colin Miley's t-shirt that you wore at the concluded conference last year? ANC. I'm sure you saw it. Yeah. What did you make of that?
It's stupid, because he wants to create an impression that history has got blank pages. Fools think like that. History doesn't have blank pages. Whether you like history or you don't like it, you have to state it. You have to call de Klerk a former president of South Africa. It doesn't matter whether de Klerk presided over a murderous regime which killed our people. I never killed anyone in the youth. If you say to Colin Miley, mention the former presidents of South Africa, history doesn't have blank pages. Only fools think like that. So he's making fool of himself, and he thinks he's being revolutionary like that. Don't have to be petty like that. There are things you don't like, but they happened. I was actually the last president of the Youth League, because after me there was no Youth League. So anything else you see is Mickey Mouse of the Youth League. And my name doesn't come anywhere close to us. He doesn't fall in our league. He wants to be like us. And as a result, he's jealous. He's suffering from political jealousy. It's his own problem. It's not my problem. You can't wish Malema away. Youth politics, not only in South Africa, in the African continent, and then take out Julius Malema's name. That would be stupidity. If you were writing a thesis like that, your supervisor is not going to give you marks. It's going to tell you have to go and rewrite this thing because there are a lot of things missing. That
Right.
is referring to Julius Malema.
This is the Ashifa Breakfast, Energy FM on 102.1 in Polokwane and the surrounding areas. And also we are on Choice FM in Twendo and the surrounding areas, Bogiani, Malamulele, yes, and also Peli FM in Atteridgeville, Pretoria has joined in. Makado FM has also joined in. Yes, on the EFF via www.energyfmsa.co.za and also www.choicefmsa. So now, Julius, the other day you were in court here in Polokwane, right? The High Court. There was a have here. They talk about, hey, he must share the diet. Some are saying no official answer to all these things that have to do with your new look.
Well,
The type of mutsetse rapper. No. Wahupula picture telata uja cake. Bariano, malumoto explode. But now you seem to have done something great about it. You're looking all super fine right now. But there's people who are to issues like that. Let's just close it.
well, you just have to change your lifestyle.
Hmm.
If you want to change yourself, look, I went into marriage, and then I wanted to represent my family very well, and I thought, and because I want my family to be an exemplary family, and to inspire many other young people to have beautiful families, cut out everything else that includes carbs and fat, because our people we don't know so they want the meat with fat, and so those type of things. And then you cut alcohol out, you cut sugar out. I was telling some chap yesterday that this is my second year without tasting Coke, and these guys were so shocked, like, can a person live without Coke? Oh, it's so addictive. All those type of things you cut out, and you have water permanently in your hand, because food is over exaggerated. A lot of people don't eat proper, so they don't eat breakfast, and then they don't eat until 3 o'clock, and by the time they eat at 3 o'clock, they dish a lot of food, justifying why they are eating too much food the whole day, and then they start indulging until a little bit of food in between will make you avoid indulging a lot. So all of that changes, but our people don't appreciate change. Then you will be depressed by what people say. When I was fat, they said all sorts of things. When I lose weight, they say all sorts of things, because they don't know what they want about themselves. They are not talking about me. They are talking about themselves. They suffer from self-hate, and because they don't love themselves, then they hate me. So I don't worry about such people who don't have. Cut alcohol out of the whole thing. If you want to drink alcohol, you must be a visitor, not a permanent visitor. There's no such a thing.
Wow.
Now we've got a question here. Can you speak Chivenda and Xitsonga?
I can speak a little bit of Venda. Language is very simple. The problem is confidence. Because once you try to say something and then you think you're going to say it wrongly, you then start retreating and not say it. So we just have to have confidence. Then Venda is actually the simplest language for me. I used to know a bit of Shangaan when I was working here in the youth league, because I worked with Masondo. Half the time we were speaking Shangaan, and I worked in those areas of Malamulele, Giyani, Mopani, and all that. So I could speak both Venda but when I left to Joburg, that Floyd never speaks Shangaan. And you can't know the language if no one speaks to you with that language. The same thing with Zulu. I can speak or hear almost everything in Zulu. I can speak a little bit, but the confidence is a problem.
Now, what is your connection to Venda? Because you are said to spend a lot of time there. What draws you?
My speaking Venda is to try and impress my grandmother. So every time I want to get something from her, I have to say it in Venda. Then I know it's going to be easy to get what I want from her. So because my grandmother, she's the pillar of strength in the whole family. We've all collapsed ourselves into being vendors. So anyone who attacks vendors, and so we immediately go into a defense mode because we see ourselves as vendors. When I got married, my wife was dressed up in vendor because we are vendors. We don't have to be born vendors, but the vendors have looked after us. The vendors have built our family, so we identify ourselves. We've got a strong bond with the vendors. We identify ourselves with the vendors.
Now, Julius, the country is in a situation right now, or in the past few months, we're in a super situation. You yourself and Mr. Vavi apologized to what you have done by proposing that country. Is your apology enough? What are you doing beyond just saying that the president should step down to resolve this challenge? To say, the council back then in the Polokwane, 2007.
Well, I've been hard at work trying to correct the mistakes of Polokwane. I've led the charge against President Zuma. I've held him accountable. I've made the call for him to resign. Sponsored a lot of motions of no confidence against him. Mobilized the ANC MPs for the first time in the history of Parliament to vote with the opposition against their own president. So we didn't apologize, and after apologizing, go back home to sleep. We went to the ground, we worked very hard, and somehow our work on the ground and against President Zuma influenced the outcome of the ANC conference. Because if Zuma was not challenged the way we did and exposed his corruptions and shenanigans, which he wanted to continue under Nkosazana's leadership, if we didn't do that, I think the ANC would have elected Nkosazana president, and I think that the ANC will keep him until the end of this year. I think that there are serious discussions. I can actually confirm that, to have him resign. He has put conditions that he must be given immunity himself to do that. No, the four of them, they must not be charged and all that. But there is no law in South Africa which allows such nonsense. So if Cyril gives him that immunity, we will take them to court, and the court will declare it irrational and illegal, and as to court, he has never won against us in court. So it was not just an apology. We worked very hard to demonstrate that indeed we mean what we're saying by apologizing.
This is the Ashifa. We are also live through our audio streaming platforms at www.energyfmsa.co.za and choicefmsa.co.za. Joined as well through FM by Peli FM in Atteridgeville, Pretoria. Also Makado FM has joined in Louis Trichardt. Also, you can view the interview through the EFF social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. Now, we do have journalists representing and also we have the editor-in-chief of Energy FM and Choice FM, Mr. Kwinda. They are now going to join in the discussion.
Yeah. It's the CIC, and welcome you in this show. Mine is topic. Not long ago you made a call to say that students who pass very well must walk in at all the universities in the country. And obviously this after the president's Zuma's announced a poor background will be allowed to further their studies free of charge. Now, look, our universities, there's still a challenge with regard to infrastructure, and they can be allowed to participate or to study at those respective institutions on the resources that are available. But here you are making a respective, their universities of choice. My question is, are you going to go? Unfortunately, we even lost life there. Are we not going to see history repeating itself this time?
Not at all. Which calls people who are calling people to go to school irresponsible. I I mean, how do you say a person who says people must go to school is irresponsible, which is not happy with the call that students are going to now receive free education? Because the only way white monopoly capital can continue to exploit black people is when they are not educated. Know that you are taking cheap labor out of the hands of white monopoly capital. So they were going to be walk-ins anyway. Every year in South Africa. No. So it's difficult to argue with illiterates because they don't know what we're talking about. So close registration, right? After they've closed the registration, President Zuma then announces, knowing very well that the registration is closed, statement, thinking these people won't go because registration is closed. We are going to take them there. You're going to have to reopen the registration. Why? Because I will not have registered because I knew I didn't have money. No longer paid. Now I'm going to apply. Online, fair enough, it's fine. It's online. The EFF will have online. We're there. In every university, we're there at the gate. So if you don't reopen, we're going to enter the. Don't come to me and tell me there is no infrastructure. It's none of my problem. Making them to go to school where? Infrastructure. And we've got 10,000 students without classes. It's a nice problem to have. Let's have more students. It's a nice problem to have. With less infrastructure, then we'll force this government to build more infrastructure much quicker. We don't retreat on that. And fair enough, universities are now up. ZCC deals with millions of walk-ins all the time. It has never declared anyone will fail to handle walk-ins when a million which is going to go to the University of the North deny an African child education. We've been waiting for it. We've called for free education. We're not. University of the North announced today that everywhere else, VUT, they've announced that students are going to come here last year. Will allow them to register.
Julius, are you not
Let's all calm down. Yeah, we are still on air. We are still on air. We're still a radio station. Yes, Ashifa. That's me. BK. Yeah, King Tatola Wachiskopola. Yes. And Mpoma Mela Golewa Wivi King.
It's not a Wivi, it's a camp.
We are hanging out with our homeboy Julius. Opportunity before he goes back to his busy schedule across the country. Free education. And there's more questions coming through from Media 24. They are here. NMG.
Hi, I'd like to wish you, Mr. Malema, ask you a few questions and know more about you. My question would be, since Shava said we should calm down, schooling questions later, we're not switching to yourself and family, marriage, away from fat, when you get to conferences and stuff like that, they do offer you guys food, you do look good by the way.